Okay, what's your name?
My name's Jeff Theory.
And Jeff, where are you from?
I'm from Dolphin Island. Our boat's out of Orange Beach, Alabama. We're on the hot, black, and sticky.
All right, tell me what happens. You'll be on the rod, and when you hook up a marlin, walk me through the fight for a marlin.
All right. Well, actually, what I've got here is that our swivel's actually hooked in the back of the rod. We're not fishing right now, but normally I'd have a bucket behind me, and it hooks into this part of the reel. And what you want to do is you want to use your body, and you don't work your arms like you would most people see on TV. It's not the way you fight a fish. You want to use your body to hold your legs back. You want to keep this rod right in that position and just reel, 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 and then it'll actually slide you forward, and then you push your legs back again. And strictly you're using your legs to fight the fish. You don't use your arms. You put your hand on the reel, and you just strictly use it to guide the line on the reel and make sure you level wind it.
So when you're reeling a marlin, you're really like rowing a boat, aren't you?
Well, I've never rowed a boat before. I've always used motors, but I guess you could say that.
Because you're sliding forward.
You slide forward, you reel back, you slide forward, you reel back, and this is actually the bucket right here that we use. If you can pull it off.
Yeah, let me. There you go. You got it.
And this goes up under you.
Right,
And
so
what you do is it sits up under you, and you hook these two clamps into the reel, and they hook into the front of the reel just like that. And you're riding on this, and you take the weight of the fish, and it pulls you forward, and then you actually use your body weight to push yourself back, and then reel down as the fish pulls you forward, and the captain backs the boat down, and you back on top of the fishing reel.
So you're using your leg muscles and your back muscles more than your arm muscles when you're fighting a marlin.
Yeah, you're using your right hand, and that's the only. If you're using your left, you're doing it the wrong way.
All right. Let me ask you this. You said the captain backs down the boat. What does that mean, and how does that work?
Well, what it is, the fish is generally when you have a blue marlin on or any billfish, it's going to be on top of the water. And the captain positions you to where you're going towards the fish, and all you have to deal with is a rod and reel. When you get a tuna fish on or a meat fish, it generally goes down. It's what we call it sounds, and then you have to fight the fish up and down to where a billfish is out on top of the water.
All right. What do you do when you get close to the boat? I know that the deckhand or the first mate usually takes over and works with the wire and everything. What does the angler do?
Well, what we do is normally like when we're fighting a fish, this reel's on strike. All right, when the mate gets the leader, you've got a man positioning his chair to where the line is right where the fish is, and the angler will back this drag off to about half strike, and the mate has the leader in his hand. You have to reel the leader all the way to the rod tip. And then once you get the leader to the rod tip, the mate takes over. He grabs what they call wiring the fish. He wires the fish up, and we've got 24 foot of leader. So he's got 24 foot, and he winds it up in his hand, and he's actually fighting the fish at that point by hand. And the angler backs his drag off and holds onto the rod, because at any point in time, the mate can drop the leader and dump what we call dumping it. Because if the fish gets to fighting too hard on the leader, you don't want to pull the hook out of his mouth. He dumps it. Then the angler will put it back on strike, and once he gets it back on the rod tip, and starts fighting the fish back up to that point again. And that may happen 2 or 3 times. If it's a big fish, that may happen 2, 3, 4 times during the fight.
What's the most marlin you've ever caught in one day?
We've caught 5 or 6, but that's a variety now. That's not all blue marlin. The most blue marlin I've caught in one day has been 4, but we've caught up to 4 or 5 whites, in a day. So, and that's in the Gulf of Mexico.
See. Most people don't realize how many marlin and big game fish are out in the Gulf of Mexico. Why is that?
Well, I don't know. This is some of the best fish in the world. During the oil spill, we traveled. We went to the Bahamas and everything, and we caught a lot of fish, but nothing compares to the Gulf of Mexico to me.
I see. What's the biggest marlin you ever caught?
About 600 or 700 pounds.
Wow, and that's a blue, right? Yeah. Where did you catch him?
Just right out here on the rigs, about 100 miles south of where we are right now.
About 100 miles south, and those oil rigs are what's holding the marlin.
Well, they hold the bait fish, and it's just, the circle of life. You got the bait there, and you got the bill fish and all that. So.
All right.